If you were born around 20 years ago and had a slight case of the ADHDs and just about everything that makes you hyper-focus on one thing and one thing only, you might have came across games that itch just the right part of your mind, those primarily being collection games. In my case, this was the world of balls, more specifically, Bakugan. A lot of you might know this game, or more importantly, the show. Now, I never had a giant connection to this as I just didn't watch it and I wasn't really all that into it, but the game, now that's a different story. The game to me is just one of my most favorite comfort games. I played this when I was sick, lonely, mostly just lonely. So I had the brilliant idea to do what I've already done twice, and that is 100%ing Bakugan Battle Brawlers. I hope you can enjoy this video, and all I ask is that you support me by giving me a follow in here, and maybe check out my Twitch where I also stream these challenges and other fun stuff. With that, let's get ready to throw some balls. As I launch into the game, I check out the older saves that I already have on here, which are mostly from 2012 and 2013. These were mainly my cousin's saves, as I want to say this copy of the game was theirs, and I for some reason ended up with it and continue to cherish every living moment with it. Either way, I just ended up deleting one of my saves I had from the years prior and moved on with the challenge. As we go in, we get an introduction to the story, which we can skip because I'm more than sure that if you're watching this, you already know what it is. The game then prompts us to put in our name. I don't know how stupid this game thinks I am, but this was no challenge for me. Before I move on, it's important I clarify what I actually did in the name section, mostly for the challenge. Most games 10 to 15 years ago had cheats you can input through codes using either a naming system or a dedicated little option button. On here, putting a code in through the name area, we can unlock this cool little Bakugan as to get a real start to actually collecting everything. Now, if your worry is that this would help too much in the game and make it super easy, fret not, because the next decision will quickly put your mind at ease. In this next menu, we can select the attribute we're going to start with and mostly main. Now, you can switch on to other attributes, but I mostly stick by this, as we get a special little partner soon that'll match up with whatever we put here. The Wario Bakugan, or whatever it's called, is the attribute Pyrus, and the one that I chose is the equivalent of choosing a grass starter in Pokemon. With that chosen, we can move on to the part where I do what I do best, and that is character creation. After making what basically looks like a terminally ill patient, I'm sorry if that sounded mean, we're put into a scene where our character is being bullied by this fat fuck named Shuji. Along with Shuji is his rat teeth wearing brother, Kira, and after a bit, it just so happens that the #1 battle brawler in all the world is somehow at the exact same park at the exact same time as I'm getting bullied. Whatever this coincidence may be, that shoots us off into the tutorial, which we have no problems finishing. With that done, we can glaze Dan on his cool ass Bakugan and head to the Bakugan store ourselves where we meet Alice. Alice basically calls us broke and quickly kicks us out of the store before we spread whatever disease she thinks we have. Going back to the park, we can get the cutscene of our new partner in crime, Leonidas, who might just feel bad for us, so in turn, joins our team. With that, this is where the real stuff starts to play out. We can head back to the store to see what we can buy, which is basically nothing,